Hi everyone, welcome back. Chitra here. In this video, I want to take you along with us in harvesting our late summer garden. We will be harvesting quite a lot of produce in this particular video because we were collecting all our harvest and thought we do it all at one stretch. This is already slowly turning to fall, and you see that some of the plants have reached their life cycle for this season. Pumpkin is slowly also turning colors. We also had a heavy storm a few days back, so a few of the tomato plants did fall off, and I will be collecting also some of those green tomatoes because they are not going to get ripe outside of the plant, and even the sunnier days are slowly reducing. Here you see my husband harvesting string beans. We have quite a few of them, but I filmed only this part. We planted it in two different places. We harvested quite a lot of it. These are some of the decorative pumpkins which I was mentioning in my earlier video. We cannot eat them, but we can use them for decoration. These are some of the different varieties of tomatoes. The long one is quite fleshy, and there's also this round one. This is one of the blackberry bush which came on its own, but it has been very difficult to access it, so my husband is going to be trimming a lot of it. I don't know if we can try to direct it to some other place. We originally had a lot of blackberry bushes before we started the garden on the other side of the fence. It was acting like a fence, but the gardener who was felling all our trees cut them off. Blackberry bushes actually grow quite wild. Here in our greenhouse, I'm going to be harvesting some of the tomatoes. I'm holding the camera in my left hand and try to harvest on the right hand. It's a little bit difficult because my husband is busy cutting blackberry bushes. And I'm also going to be harvesting these red chilies and fermenting them. I'm going to be taking you along in my next video on how I'm going to be preserving all our summer produce without freezing or refrigeration. We had a good harvest of these peppers and chilies, but they're not as hot as one would have expected. Here are some of the last of the summer cucumbers, and I think I'm going to pickle them. These are turmeric which we planted early spring, and they have grown to quite a height. I don't know when we are going to be harvesting as of now. We also have a banana tree which has popped in from outside. Behind the greenhouse we have a huge banana tree, and one of the saplings started to grow inside because when you cut the banana stem, they still grow afterwards. Since our garden had grown quite wild, I didn't have the space to put in a tripod, so I am trying to film it freehand. Here inside the greenhouse in this part, we planted lots of carrots and they're slowly ready to be harvested. Some of them are a little small. We should have pulled out the ones which were not doing well, so it has enough energy for the other plants. And we are getting a better harvest this year than previously. These seeds were planted from our heirloom seeds from a couple of years back. You can collect the seeds from carrots only after the second year. So we let a couple of plants stay in our garden and then we collected the seeds last year. So from that we could get a lot of carrots again this year. We are not going to harvest all of it. We'll leave some of it to pick a little bit later in the end of fall. I don't have space to store inside the refrigerator. In the ground they do stay well. And this is inside the greenhouse, so they will not get frozen in the first frost. This was one of the cucumbers we happened to miss. These carrots are very sweet. We tried the smaller ones and it was really sweet. Here in this part of the garden we had planted a couple of Mexican cucumbers. I'm going to be pickling them. I don't have so much of harvest yet, but now they start to really produce a lot, and once you start picking you just find new ones to pick. Early spring we planted some beetroots. We got the saplings from our neighbor and they have been doing really well. I did pick a few of them in one of my earlier harvest videos, but after that we decided to let it stay a little bit longer in the ground because beetroots do store very well for quite a long time. I usually store the beetroots in the Tupperware boxes and they really keep up to 3 months in the refrigerator. I will also be cooking the leaves from this beetroot. This here is the garden which is on the other side of the creek, and here is our elderberry bush. We have harvested quite a bit of the elderberries from another bush and I made a cough syrup. I will leave a link below for that recipe and the video. This is the other bush which started to produce as of last year, and I think we will be harvesting some more of them and drying them. We have a couple of hazelnut bushes, and in a few other bushes we are getting a lot of hazelnuts, but I'm not so much of a fan for hazelnut. This was our harvest for today, and we also harvested a couple of pumpkins a few days back, and so I thought I will display on our dining table. You can see this was what we got for today's harvest. We got a lot more beans, although I didn't film them. With this, I end my video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye bye.